10 minutes.
Did you say?
American Alcoholic. Alcohol in the American Dream is seen from the perspectives of 4 characters from important works of American literature.
The setting is an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting.
Hi, I'm Troy and I'm an alcoholic.
Hi,
Troy. Hi, I'm Nick, and I'm an alcoholic.
Hi, Nick.
Hi, I'm Mary and I'm an alcoholic.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, I'm Pop Finn and I'm an alcoholic.
Hi, Pop Finn.
I've been drinking for years.
Well, isn't that why we're all here?
Yeah, I guess so, but my relationship with alcohol is a little different.
How so?
Guess you could say I haven't lived up to my expectations for myself. I've always wanted to be a baseball player, but that was never gonna happen.
Coping with reality can be hard.
But, well, I don't know. It isn't on me that I never became a pro baseball player. I swear it ain't.
Oh, come on, quit whining. There's gotta be some reason.
Oh, shut it. You wouldn't understand.
Why wouldn't I?
Yeah, why wouldn't she?
You folks don't know how race can affect your life.
Oh, really, huh? Give me an example of something that you couldn't do because you're black.
Well, I'm talking about if you could play ball, then they ought to have let you play. Don't care what color you were. But unfortunately, that ain't true. So why didn't I end up playing baseball? Because there are limits. There are limits on my happiness, my success, my fortune. Socially constructed fences putting me in a position which I cannot get out of. I've been set up to fail. Why? Because a white jury 60 years ago ruled to implement segregation. There was already racism and segregation before that. My ancestors came as slaves, people who were equated with property, people who because of a cultural divide weren't understood. How am I, someone whose ancestors were your ancestors' property, your property, supposed to achieve all that you have achieved? I can't achieve my dream no matter what. The laws and society in this country just won't allow it.
You think you're the only one who's poor, huh? Get off your high horse and stop making excuses. There are other people just as poor as you, poorer than you.
Whenever you feel like criticizing anyone, just remember that all the people in the world haven't had the advantages you had.
You wouldn't know the half of it. My life hasn't been great either, but guess what? I ain't making excuses.
You think these are excuses? I'm making excuses? Well, that ain't true. But either way, we're all here at this meeting. Something must have gone wrong in your lives to make you spiral and need to numb the harsh reality of failure away.
Who says I failed? I ain't rich, sure, but am I happy? More or less. I'm poor and maybe I don't live up to your expectations for the American dream. But let me tell you something. Money ain't everything. I live around here, caring for myself, and that's about it. I'm just fine, better off than if I was a farmer or a coal miner. Can you imagine? All that hard labor. Call me shameful, disrespectful, arrogant, selfish, or whatever, but I'm living my life and not being told how to live it. This is my life, and I don't need your moralistic judgment. Who cares about the American dream? It isn't real. Stop chasing something that will never happen.
I sure know someone who could have used that advice.
Agreed. I don't need your judgments. You haven't been in my position. You can only speak from where you're standing. Do you know why I am this way? Do you think I want to stop drinking? I'm not at this meeting by choice.
Well, I ain't gonna apologize for having ambition, but my ambition has been stunted, and because of that, my reality has been blunted by alcohol. I know not everything in life is good, but there's purpose in striving for it. I've had my share of misfortunes, but I'm not a complete cynic like you. I know I've done some wrong in my life, hurt people who I love, but you know what? You gotta take the crookeds with the straights. Even if I won't get there, it's worth a try. Even if the horizon I'm reaching for is impossible to attain, I've gotta try.
Doesn't seem like you really lived up to that, though, did you?
No, and I can't say I had the same attitude in life. But I wasn't always like this, but now I've found peace with myself. Finally.
You've been awfully quiet, just observing us. Weird. Why are you here in the first place?
I'm just thinking, don't take me being pensive the wrong way. I've suffered hardships in different ways than you all have, though.
Like what?
All my life, I've sat on the sidelines. I've told countless people's stories without ever having my own story to tell. I've seen things happen, seen people hurt the ones I love, and injustice after injustice, I've done nothing but watch them happen, let them happen. It's easier to let things happen after a drink, easier to forget why you used to care so much. Because after a drink, the scene changes before my eyes into something significant, elemental, and profound. You complain about not living the life you want. Imagine not living a life at all.
I agree with him. That's not a real problem. Y'all need to stop complaining when you have nothing wrong with your lives, just excuses. That's the problem with this country. If people's lives aren't going exactly as they imagine, then they can't cope anymore. Y'all are eating, drinking, what more is there really? No one can be happy with what they have. Take my son learning to read. I told him, your mother couldn't read, and she couldn't write neither, before she died. None of the family couldn't before they died. I can. People just need to accept what they have in life.
People want too many things these days. My life is terrible, and you don't see me complaining, just making my way through life.
Perhaps some introspection and reflection would do you well. I just don't agree that life is just something which you experience while you're alive. Rather, it is an experience which you live for. I let my life waste away before my eyes, always an observer to the American dream, never the pursuant. I don't know why, maybe I was born that way, destined for dissatisfaction. That is what I had believed my whole life, but now, retrospectively, I see that life is what one makes of it. It is malleable to ambition and determination. I realize I've seen this in many of my friends and family throughout life, both in the good and the bad senses.
I don't care for this. I'm sick of being judged and told how to act. At least I'm a mother. I ain't some harlot who's turned to the streets. If there's only 2 options for who I can be, didn't I pick the right one? Take my daughter. I bringed her up the way a daughter ought to be bringed up, and this is how she served me. She went to the devil, the first chance she got. My God, forgive her. And I guess in the end, I'll forgive her. I don't expect you to understand.
Well, okay then. I might not understand, but I'm a parent of a rotten little child too. He ain't ever listened to me. Ain't that what you go through? I ain't saying that shared experiences make us the same, but people ain't as different as you think. Even though I lay drunk with the hogs in the tan yard all day, but don't disrespect me, 'cause I ain't that different from you, city dweller.
Well, there ain't no reason to be that irresponsible. I guess maybe we ain't that different, but we ain't the same. And that's what makes us Americans. Our strength is in our diversity. We don't gotta be the same, we just gotta agree on the fact that we don't gotta be the same.
Give me an example of some that you couldn't do because you're black.
We need to redo that. Oh, dude, I don't think I should be the black person.
So
Out
clearly
of all
sitting
of the
there,
people, I
white
do not
as
think, yeah, I think I should be the last to be the black person. We all do it.
You're a
We-
hero.
Okay, we're all gonna do
You
it.
promise.
I promise.
Yeah. You're like crossing.
Okay, ready?
Fine.
Okay. I should know someone who could use that advice. Do it.
I knew you wouldn't do it. I knew you wouldn't do it. I just looked in the camera. All right, I'll actually do it.
Okay, so will I.
You promise.
I promise.
If I do it, you'll do it.
If you do it, I'll do it.
Yeah, you didn't
Okay.
do it last time, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I sure know someone who could have used that advice.
Yes, we got it!
Well, I'm going to apologize for having ambition, but my ambition has been stunted, and because of that, my reality has been blunted. Why did you...